Welcome everyone, good morning. Good morning everyone. How's it going, guys? How are you today? Let's just share this with our community members. Let's go, guys, we're live. Good morning everyone. So what's happening with our Nasdaq? What's going on, guys? 20,000, 20,000s. What's happening here? 284. Like, we broke out. We did open with a strong gap over the weekend. That's a big buying pressure, which is continuing non-stop. And this is gonna be a very interesting week, guys. Good morning, everyone. Chat, welcome, guys. Welcome, chat. Hope you're having a great time, chat. Welcome, welcome. What a nice move, guys. What a nice move by Nasdaq. We got in 40 minutes flash manufacturing PMI. Economical news of the day. And services PMI. We also have final GDP for the week, Thursdays. Interesting times with 283. What a massive continuation and pump. Has been non-stop since 19,600, guys. Look at that. Look at that nice move. So let's just bring out the elements. Have a nice week, everyone. Welcome, guys. Good morning. Sitting on 154,000 for this account. Sitting on a decent profit from where we can take the numbers towards the payout this week. That's a nice element right there. Let me just have my EMA. Leave the 200 EMA only. What a big gap between the price action and the 200 EMA level, sitting on 20,000s. We're 280 points above the EMA in 15 minute. That represents a lot. Welcome, guys. Good morning, everyone. Based on the 4 hours, there's still room and a lot to go till 20,500, where our 200 EMA is located for the 4-hour candlestick. And then for the daily, we're actually approaching that for the daily. Reclaiming this level is going to be extremely important this specific week as we talk about. Right, so reclaiming the daily 200 EMA is going to be the big task, the big exercise of the week. With a confirmation on that, we could actually resume the continuation in the upcoming months for a bull market. Right, so that's going to pretty much confirm the existence of the bull market if you're reconfirming above the 200 EMA, which means especially in this form, right? Especially in that form where the 200 EMA is going to nicely continue its way. And we're just going to retest it at some point and deal with it in the most positive way possible. Hope you have a great week, guys. Hope you have a great starting moment. $283 on the price section, chat. It's hard to expect a big pump, more likely expecting a grinding, right? So we're gonna see a strong volatility increase, and obviously the liquidity here that we've got into the risk of overexposed and over-leveraged people are in big danger after such things are happening in the price action. They are in big danger, guys. It's not an easy situation to long here. Unless you have basically a pattern giving you a strong possibility to the upside. For example, here we could use
Order
basically
filled.
an invalidation point with a level above.
Order filled.
And test out 10 contracts here. Test 10 contracts short. 10 micro short. Good morning, everyone.
Order filled.
15 micros short. $274. If that plays out, $200. I'm going to take it out of this case scenario. Or it's just simply the markets are going nuts with the pump today.
Order filled.
All right, we're out of this.
Order filled.
Retesting a short from this level if it holds.
Order filled. Order filled.
I would be very happy to see the 75 retested. Welcome, guys. Hope you have a great time. Ready to start off with our live stream show for the week. Happy to be here. Make sure to like the video. Subscribe as well for those of you that didn't like. There is 20 minutes to go till the opening. Come on, let's go for a nice flush. 75 is just about 4 points. This is a micro scalping out here. Not much requested at all. We're moving the stop loss to your entry.
Order filled.
Exiting out of 5.
Order filled.
Another 5 and putting the target a little bit lower. Right on the 72s. I'm out here.
Order filled.
$14 profit, basically. We recovered. A from Italy. Nice to see you, buddy. Nice to see you. And nice to hear you guys from all over the world. We do have a substantial audience coming from America, United States of America. But there's a lot of the people actually from all over the world. Definitely love you all and thank you guys for watching. It has been my pleasure to be out here streaming for you. And we are building our prop firm website. We're constructing on it. We are researching a lot these days, so this is going to be very exciting. Like I said, a massive project out there with a prop firm website that's going to be the edge of the authority of transparency and honesty towards the prop firm space, adjusting, correlating, exposing, and presenting you companies and projects that are deserving to be published exactly as they are, with all the good parts, negative parts along the way, with the educational side, which is important. As we research, we kind of see how diverse is this prop firm space. Extremely diverse, right? So a lot of the companies are coming out with a bunch of new set of rules and very, very diversified type of rules that are unique in the market. This is something that an average trader is actually having no idea at a time of sign up. Most of them have no idea. They just accept the terms and conditions, and those specific rules are hidden somewhere, you know, page 3600 and all that kind of stuff, right? Impossible basically to know everything. This is my job. This is my job with my team to be completely aware about what's happening in the props and update you guys. So that's where we are for the moment. Working on it. This is going to take us more time, as this is not an easy exercise at all. $15 minutes to go till the opening. Slow grinding. What's happening with the Nvidia? Opening much higher, about breakout. It's gonna leave about a huge gap behind, and it's just gonna continue, just like BTC, guys, sitting on $87,000. It has been pumping in the last days, so Bitcoin looks promising in this specific form, right? It is approaching a possible breakout here of the downtrend, and that looks great. At the same time, we do have other, for example, gold is having a good time here, holding around the all-time high, but there is definitely not any form of correction coming through. The XI is pretty much ranging at this moment. It, you know, finds the resistance around 104.1, but still, those 4-hour candles are very interesting. And then the big discussion will be around the S&P 500 today, hunting the gaps and probably working towards the 4 hours 200 EMA blue line, which is where the money is going to sit, guys. Welcome, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great time. It is Monday out here, so obviously things are going to be a little slower for our community members, but we are going to be on time. So Tesla 260s on the opening, at the top of a minor gap located here, which is obviously opening the doors for the retest of the resistance line that we've been able to establish for the trend here. Clearly, Tesla is looking for a retest, which means to take the price action close to 300s. That wouldn't be bad at all. Honestly, that wouldn't be bad at all. There's a good room of speculation here, guys. A very good room of speculation here. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, chat. Hope you're having a great time. One thing that I did want to consider for the crypto space is how does the market cap of Bitcoin dominance is sitting. Bitcoin dominance is about to break below. Right, so with a strong altcoin movement in the next couple of days, Bitcoin dominance is going to break below, which means that the altcoins are going to dominate the Bitcoin market cap, and this is usually ending up in a stronger altcoin movement as a session. So that would be lovely. At the same time, I wouldn't exclude a fake out of the top ranges. You know, I wouldn't exclude a fake out over there and then dumping this whole thing back. Both scenarios will actually remain valid. Never mind, let's have a look into the Nasdaq 5-minute. It's just continuously grinding. It also has energy, basically. So that's just, you know, that's just gonna be great. Have to be careful, guys, with the longs we're opening. But at the end of the day, this is just gonna be an exercise of risk management. 146 grand is my max loss with 154 balance. when we can expect the starting of the altcoin season? Well, BTC dominance needs to break below that support line I've mentioned. And the massive confirmation of the altcoin season is going to be when we look at the crypto total market cap chart, excluding the Bitcoin, right? So we look at the altcoins. We will discover basically there is a big gap right now between the price action and where the resistance line of this trend is located, right? There is a clear trend right now downwards. So when you break out of this, you actually open up the doors for the possibility of the situation to become an altcoin season. But that's going to always depend on the stock market recovery. It's going to depend on the Federal Reserve rate. It's going to depend on the economical and political situation that we've got. It's going to depend on gold as well. It's not an easy task to discover what is the exact level or to predict the exact timing. It's likely with the upcoming rate cuts. It is likely with the upcoming recovery in the stock market, if that's the case, to see a form of recovery. But then obviously another session of a pullback which can very easily step in, and we could nicely jump back a lot cheaper, basically giving us opportunity. So we are going to have some great opportunities in the near future, guys. Rest assured about the markets. You know, the crypto space needs time. We might get the explosion around the end of 2025, which is right to the next to the corner, guys. I mean, time is moving very fast. Since I started this live streaming, it's crazy how fast things are moving. They've been already fast, and I thought that, you know, the dissipate, if you get a feeling that the day just disappears. But the idea is now it's even faster. 8 minutes to go, guys. 8 minutes to go, and we are ready to ring the bell. Interesting situation here, but fighting against the bulls is something that I'm not really interested at the moment, even though some chances are out there for a minor reversal here. It's going to be heavily bought up. Look at the 4 hour. Looks great. We got some terrible fair value gap settings. Let me share with you guys. Fair value gap. That's another one right there. That's interesting. But the big deal here starts with that candle, guys. That's insane. Around 22,000s. 21,200s. It would be lovely for us to see a movement straight into 21,200s. Back to the 200 EMA, which is going to come like this. It's going to slowly reverse to the upside. And then from here we could bounce to the 22,000s as a major significant move by playing the fair value gaps. We did open with a gap here, which is something a lot of the people would actually consider the necessity at the moment to reverse. I don't believe in the moment. I pretty much consider that the majority of the gaps are getting filled. That's right. But that doesn't speak about the timing they are getting filled, which is more important than the fact that we already know 90% of the gaps are getting filled up. Timing is very important. The question is when. And that has to come with a response of a micromanagement and a micro type of trading. There is a convergence here, a minor convergence, but the problem with this indicators measuring the strength and the momentum is that while there is an active and a non-stop dominant trend, they lack accuracy. 5 minutes to go, guys, and we are going to be live out there with the markets. Thank you for coming in. Make sure to like the video, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. It's going to be a very interesting day. We did had a loss today, guys. We've had a loss of, you know, like $120, and then we recovered from that. We're $14 on top of it. This is where the balance is located. This is what we're trading at the moment. 3 accounts on our Ticktick trader. We got the old accounts under the old rules. Enjoying that for the moment, which means the drawdown is part of the old set of rules. That's like, you know, almost $8,000 drawdown here. Actually $7,500, because that's the limit. Wow, look at this grinding. 200 points. Slow grinding here. Any long entry with a decent risk management resulted in the past couple of hours in profit. Any. Now, I like to see some movements that are stronger in volatility of the day. You know, we do have that services PMI. We do have in manufacturing PMI coming out today as well, guys. It's going to be a very interesting time out here. In about 15 minutes to go, we're going to have all these details pointing out forecast previous, and the actual numbers are going to be expected, with a final GDP coming out on Thursday 27th, unemployment claims as usually, and then the core PCE, probably the final GDP, definitely the final GDP is the major announcement of the week, and that's how we're going to end March with that. What about April? Let's have a look into the scheduled economical news. JOLTS job openings, non-farm employment. Yeah. Starting off April is not going to be slow as well in terms of volatility. We're going to have our significant days as well. Let's go to the current week's calendar and have a good time with that one, chat. Have a good time. Exactly, the market didn't wet down today to take out any lows of the candles, slowly grinding. None of the shorts held, it's just a non-stop movement. We might get some news around the tariffs as well that are improving. Trump might, or basically his administration might, revoke certain things around the tariffs. And that's going to ease the markets a little more in terms of offer the necessary certainty that the market needs to continue its recovery. I don't think Trump wants any form of deep retracement during the stock markets. So a market shakeout is what we had, actually. Probably a healthy thing for the markets and for certain interest. Probably, like I said, this is not a financial or investment advice. Therefore, CFTC 4.41, hypothetical disclaimer, careful on that one. And of course, only risk in terms of trading whatever you actually afford risking. Whatever you afford exposing to possible losses. That's how we have to and gotta say. That's the reality. There's always right there possible losses. Welcome everyone that you're watching. Thank you for coming in. We have our 1 minute to go for the market opening. US market opening. Asia, London, everything was just pumping today. New York, is it going to bring in those 400 or 500 points movements? Like, obviously, unless something ugly shows up on the chart, we're going to work around the longs today and I look for the continuation, but that continuation needs to be done from a deep level. Less than a minute to go, guys. Make sure to like the video before we get into the New York session. And of course, let me share with you my Discord, guys. Let me attach with you my Discord right here. Chat, I pasted you the Discord link. Join our prop firm community. Join our trading community where we perform basically and act together for the highest efficiency of our community. This is going to be an interesting time here. The market is having, you know, like 4 or 5 candles of 5 minute towards the downside, something that we had a few hours ago, but nothing special so far. I'd like to work around 220. It's 5 seconds to go, guys, and we're getting the bell. And here we've got the opening bell of the US session. Let's find out more. How does the volatility looks like? Probably not much, as I guess we're looking forward finding more about the manufacturing and services PMI for stronger movements that are, you know, live in about 15 minutes. Not much happening at the opening so far. The enthusiasm is actually kept under control with a rejection towards the 40s. But I guess we could revisit this level for the 5 minute, guys. Look at this. Let me share with you something. So we had a flat top right there. And that's a demand zone which we could revisit. But then look at the 1 minute reactions that we're having here, guys. I'm just looking for a quick continuation at this point. Wow, beautiful candle. It's a beautiful candle.
Order filled.
With an additional one. Obviously, if this becomes ugly, we're cutting it off quite early. Not needing to slip on a trade that's not efficient, but such wicks usually on the openings are not going to be left alone, right? Let's take this one back to the top.
Order filled.
15 contracts with a stop loss. It's going to be below that, guys. We have to play this one like this. Quite tight, of course, just about 7-8 points. We got to play this one like this. And the market sent back to the 270s, 280s would be absolutely beautiful. I would also love to take some of the risks away before the PMI comes out.
Order
we're selling 5,
Order
we're selling
filled.
another 5, so we sold 10 micros and we're leaving this position active. No take profit has been set yet. $139 secured so far. We bought the opening dip. We bought that one. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video. We're having a happy Monday out here. Good morning. Beautiful move out here. Beautiful move. Look at the 5 minutes exactly.
Order filled.
And it has been touched with the volatility exists in 274, 235. 10 minutes to go till the manufacturing and services PMI.
Order filled.
I'm going to give it a short here. I'm going to give it a try for a market continuation below. We're going to put basically the stop loss right above the structure and then look forward to seeing if we get into that 230s, 220s demand zone. 220s, 230s. Look at that, guys. Let's go. Stop loss on the entry. And let me just exit here.
Order filled.
And let me just collect that. At the same time, let me just set those fireworks for a good start. That's the way to go for a good start. 2 good trades, taking the money to the upside, and then the same thing below the structure. Nvidia opening slightly above 120s, and then obviously the big volatility for such Monday. Thank you guys for coming in. Massive volatility out here actually that we've got. What about Tesla? Tesla is going for a runner. S&P as well is going for a runner. The only one that has been dipping like that is actually Nasdaq. Joking with the over leverage folks, but that's not a problem at all. That's not a problem at all. Having fun with all the fellas
Order
of
filled.
the over leverage conditions. 5 contracts here. We're gonna play this tight, but I assume the markets can nicely fly into 50, 60 points out of the 230s. We could be like a sniper out here. I'm going to put a question for you, chat. I'm going to have a nice question for you. Starting off a pool. Let's just look into the 4 hours. And let's just speak about the 200 EMA. 200 EMA is sitting on 20,557. That's where the 200 EMA sits for 4-hour candlesticks. That's a significant march for short term as important price action. So the question will be 20,557. Are we going to touch that today? Right, that's going to be, oops, let me ask you that question, chat. Let me ask you the question. That's a wrong pool that I started. Let me start a new pool. Start a pool. Are we going to hit 20,567, 567, 200 EMA today? That's the question, guys. Let's go. Let's go for it, guys. Stop loss on the entry. We're having a great trade. We're having an amazing trade. Thank you guys for coming. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. So what do we have here? We've got 6 minutes to go for manufacturing and services PMI. What a strong volatility on the candles. 460, 470 bucks made out of this 5 micros. Look at a great trade that we've got here. That's a lovely position, guys. $500. 50, 60 points from our entry. Look at that lows that we've grabbed into. Now any pressure that we're gonna get, any sell-off that we're gonna get in terms of green candles retracings are going to be heavily bought up. Bitcoin is running its volatility around 87,500. S&P 500 pumping above, breaking the opening, which is why I'm also thinking about the easy breakout for Nasdaq. It's just a question of time here. Obviously, the 300s are not going to be a big deal for the targets. I'd like to add a little more to my contracts here. I'm not going to sit on 5. I need more. But I'd like to actually grab my contract at a decent place.
Order filled.
Right there, guys. We've got into right there. As well, about less than 5 minutes to go for manufacturing services PMI. Not the biggest news, yet the most important for the day. Massive candle and reaction after the opening. Decrease we've got here representing around 60 points. Obviously, those have been cleared. And we're sitting on 10 contracts, so we had a 276 already successfully made. This is a copy traded account we're doing on Ticktick Trader. Instant funding prop firm, where you do not go through challenges, you get funded instantly, and you trade from the beginning. So this is a interesting spot here. If we get an opportunity to increase the size of this position, I'm gonna take my chance, right? For a market breakout, for a market continuation. 60% so far consider yes. Let us know, chat, what do you think about the current situation to touch that 567 200 EMA today. That is the pull about specifically today. Less than 3 minutes to go. Less than 2 minutes to go, guys, and the volatility is significant already. But obviously expecting a breakout out of the 300s for the day after the US opening. So I'm not gonna be afraid of any stop loss at the moment in the current context. I don't want to be wiped out before the market runs to the top side. Currently, I don't think it is ready for a stronger retracement for my position to be in danger. So I'd like to allocate a little more cushion for that. 1 minute to go, guys, and we've got the manufacturing and services PMI for the day. Got a beautiful, come on. 10 micros. Look at the buying pressure existing right there. 30 seconds to go. They are trying to protect 250s. Trying to construct a higher low on top of that. Volatility is strong. I'd like to make sure I've got a target here, right? In case of we might get a crazy candle. So I need about $2,000.
The market is in pre-open.
Wow, look at that, guys. We've got the pending.
The market is open.
Look at a move, guys. Look at a crazy move in the markets. 49.8, less than the forecast on the manufacturing, and 54.3 services, much bigger, much higher than the forecast, guys. This is how the markets have been reacting so far. We did dump a little, slightly below 250s that were under pressure, and then pumped basically to 300. So 50 points in about 1 second right there for the two major news of the day in terms of the scheduled ones. And the beautiful possibility here for the markets to, so obviously 300s and the level above is going to get into a retest. Right now we're just ranging, chopping here before the trend is going to get established. So I'm not going to be exiting out of anything. I'm gonna just sit here and nicely enjoy, basically. Nicely enjoy. This is very interesting, folks. So we've got the manufacturing PMI lower than expected, level of a diffusion index based on the surveyed purchasing managers in the manufacturing industry. And then you got basically the services PMI, which is level of diffusion index based on surveyed purchasing managers in the services industry, higher than the forecast, much higher than the previous numbers. That's where we are with the intentions. And the markets did not react too bad. We didn't have that. I mean, this can easily resume into an uptrend today and take us, just like I said, above 500s. Pretty happy about it in the way numbers are playing so far. Look at that, guys. We're getting back to the wick and possibly above. So 300s right there are the only ones bothering us. As soon as we cross that and confirm our energy above, we open up the doors for different discussions. 349 on the target, basically, for the big sell of $1,800. That would be almost 100 points from our entry. 259 is the entry, 349 is the exit. That's exactly 90 points. Because simply 100 points would be about $2,000. Due to consistency, I cannot target higher than 2,100 unless I'd like to increase my payout threshold, which is something I don't want to do. So I have to respect the consistency with that. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate every one of you into our great live stream. Not gonna hurry up in this trade. I'd like to consider adding some more if necessary, but still. The average of our entry is quite well positioned. I don't think I want to mess that up with the greediness behind. We should deliver 40 points today in a bullish context, 50 points from here in a bullish context for my target. So the only thing I have to do is just be sufficiently patient here. Look at the S&P 500 breaking the tops established. It's just a non-stop market continuation. Everything is bought up. Bitcoin is going to break out a top established on 88,000 right there a couple of hours ago. Nvidia is dealing with a pressure on 120s. So it depends here. If things get ugly, I'm going to secure my position and reconsider an entry during higher safety situations if that's the case, but it's definitely not right now any issue on my side. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're streaming from Monday to Friday. We're trading on Nasdaq, day trading on Nasdaq, prop firm as well for Ticktick Trader. For those of you that would like to find out more, you can see my video on my channel. I'm going to attach you the link, chat. 150k account comes in at the best ratio in terms of the price and cost compared to the other accounts. I'd like to attach the link right there, and we could take it forward from there. Breaking out on 315. Let's go, guys. We need about 35. Yeah, we need about 30 points from here. It's a beautiful trade so far. That's a beautiful trade so far. Let's just continue out here. I mean, as long as we nicely stay above 300s without any significant structure forming a deviation or a risk of convergence, I'm gonna be fine in my position. I'm definitely gonna be fine. 749 for S&P. The hourly chart looks great for the S&P. Let me share with you. Still about 36 points to go till we get to the 200 EMA. Nasdaq looks great as well for a continuation. Not gonna be scared or be afraid about any red candle here that on 1 minute chart might look potential dangerous. Ten micros. Pushing higher and higher. Thank you, chat, for coming in. I appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing that pattern established today with a slow grinding. Especially after we had the overexposed grab here. We just dumped about 60-70 point, and that's most of the time sufficient to reset the short-term structure. Bullish price action so far. That's also the title if the bullish recovery continues, and that's exactly what it does.
Order filled.
I just get rid of 5 contracts. I've sold 5 contracts. Sold 5 contracts right there. Secured basically half of it. We've got $1,041 made so far. So far for the day. This is an interesting situation where the markets are just going to take those highly exposed shorts out of the way. At a time we were dumping just a couple of weeks ago, I mean, I don't think it was weeks ago, actually, it was like 10-15 days ago, the non-stop movements we were getting basically day after day towards the downside. Now, I would not at all exclude a chance basically for a form of V-shaped recovery here. right? So a month after inauguration, the market's dumped at a time that a lot of the people expected basically a very, very strong continuation. We've dumped, we've corrected, and now possibility of V-shaped recovery starts as, you know, dust has been settled around with the tariffs discussion. And I don't think the US administration, even for short term, because I'm not really afraid about medium term, long term at all, but even for short term, they don't really want to consider an overextended market retracement or something that would correlate with a market correction phase. Short-term decreases representing 15% like we had, with a double bottom right there and then higher lows structured. We actually have got a double bottom representation here, right? And then here as well, which is no longer like a bottom, it's a double higher low compared to the previous structure. That's great, guys. Technically, that's great. This is why we've also got a lot of the other markets moving, right? So starting with the previous week, we've got gold moving very nicely. Cryptocurrency started moving during the Sunday and Monday. So that's definitely not a bad shape as an overall approach. Look at a nice trade. Could close out on $400 profit here, but this is not really looking ugly at the moment. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you enjoy our materials. We're going to do some technical analysis discussion as well a little bit later. And it's breaking above 30s. That is giving me great chances to... I like to see how does the Fibonacci explains itself. Reversing it and looking for an extension value. 3.618 on 357 as a short term. Right, nothing to be afraid at this point other than the number 3 extension that sits on 325, but we're looking forward to crossing that, right? So it's not a dangerous on the number 3 extension. .618 and round numbers is what I usually care about. 357. Going to take my targets a little bit higher. And just deal with the business in a partial way. Manufacturing and services PMI. One coming out higher than expected, the other one lower than expected. So the markets had a bullish reaction so far. Final GDP is the big deal, 2.4% forecast. Previous was 2.3%. This is substantial. Annualized change in the inflation adjusted value of all goods and services produced by the economy. That's going to be for Thursday. And this is where we are for the moment here. Any movement to the top side right now that is not breaking above could be a nice situation for me to decrease my exposure. Nvidia is still holding the opening. Bitcoin is about to break out nicely. What's happening on the S&P? I mean, it's much slower, but it's still sitting at a top. Adding an extra contract here, selling a little bit later, scalping such things is making sense, but still, I'm gonna sit comfortable in my position. I don't want to mess up my 285 average of the entry. We did had a lower average back in the day. The entry sits exactly on the breakout for us right now. Take a look at that, guys. Exactly where the tops have been finding around 285 just a few hours ago. Previous top here on 285. That's something we could retest, and then I could add some more to my position. I'm not going to add anything before that. We've got a good trading momentum. Let's go for the top here. Let's just break out. This is running on copy trading, guys. Look at that. This is running on copy trading. The follower account as well has more than $1,000 made. So if I make another $300 on the top of the ones that are, if I would close right now, then I'm going to have around $156,000 in the account. And that will give me a sufficient amount of comfort here to continuously perform. With an invalidation below, if this one wants to break the top, this is an interesting spot for someone that is considering. However, if things get rejected here or number 3 extension, then that is not the most comfortable thing. And there is some strength so far, guys. So I'm gonna
order filled.
Sell 2 contracts here. And actually I'm gonna get rid of everything. I sold it all. I'm looking for a repositioning. 1,279. Looking for a repositioning if we get so. Otherwise we got a third account that I have to trade as well. Look at the nice buying pressure. So if you know, if the low confirms here, us obviously we're going higher. Nvidia looks nice as well. Bitcoin breaking above, going above 88,000. Taking the crypto space higher with it, right? Ethereum is also dealing with 2,100s, and many other cryptocurrencies are having a great time today. It's just the markets that are looking great for the crypto space. 1,279. I'd like to make about $700 extra more. But I like to do that through Bit of a different situation. Not gonna short here, as we have been discovering how virtuous and aggressive is the buying pressure during the current opening and session that we've got today. Asia, London, New York sessions. It has been a non-stop pressure to the top side. $285. That would be lovely, guys. Let me just set some 285 numbers here. 285. We might get those stinky. 284. 2 contracts. 283. 2 contracts. If we get to fall into that structure right below 300s, 291, 1 contract. That would be lovely as a mark, as a limit order. We're setting some limit orders out here. 279, 1 contract. So we're sitting with some buying limit orders right there. If the market wants to get into that phase, of course. Otherwise, you know, they can front run my orders. Hope you're having a great time on a green tea that we've got today, as usually. Heading up the energy with a green tea, Japanese green teas that I'm drinking. And the BTC just broke out 88 grand. So, pretty wild times. We sit out here with some limit orders to be filled. Another contract on 87. Actually 2 contracts, because simply we've got a bunch of room. We're dealing with micros. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for watching. We've got an interesting spot right here. Looking forward to relonging this market. With a bit of pressure added from the top side, this is just going to be comfortable for us. Come on. About 20 points. Take this below 20 points in another red candle and give me the entry. Give me a comfortable entry here. Happy Monday times. With the 2 scheduled news of the day, manufacturing came out lower than expected, 49.8. Meanwhile, the services PMI, 54.3. That's a big number right there, guys. Higher than expected, of course. Indicates industry expansion, any number above 50s. Below indicates contraction. Core PCE for Friday, we've got the change in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers, excluding food and energy. That's something important too.
Order filled.
So we dipped into our position, guys, and we're collecting our limit orders. Let's go, guys. We've got a single contract filled up. Let's go for a nice entry here. I am happy for that. Single contract is ready and board. Come on, let's take this a little bit deeper. Let's go.
Order filled. Order filled.
2 more.
Order filled.
We've got some of the contracts filled up. We're sitting on 7 micros. if we don't get the reaction the market is deserving, I'm not gonna sleep on this. I'm gonna be out. Nvidia is breaking below from the opening time. It's taking the over leveraged liquidity. Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. It is doing that, guys. Zero problems with that one. Let's go for a nice move from here. We've got a bunch of contracts filled up. 7 micros. We were expecting, we had the limit order set. And now we are prepared. Thank you, chat, for coming in. $454 on the instant funding account that I'm trading. 3 of them are a maximum for instant funded. Draw down $6,000 with the recent changes, with the recent rules adjusted. No more 7,500 with the recent adjusted numbers. $262. 2 more contracts on limit order. That would actually be an amazing averaging down. We chill out, listen to the music, trade and perform in the markets. Enjoy our great moment and a happy Monday. That's a good position, honestly, to work around the market order, guys, in the way we're holding on to that. So what we did here is actually we came all the way back to number 2 extension. So we communicated as usually what it enjoys doing. Number 3 extension comes back to number 2 extension of the Fibonacci. And we're printing. Taking this thing. That's exactly what I told you guys. I need a much better setup, so I got out around 320s and I bought back 283. The market is pumping. There's already $400 on that. If I get out here, we're gonna secure $1,700 profit. But I'm not getting out because I'm expecting basically Nasdaq to break above. And I actually need a total profit for the day here of $2,000 for this account. So I'm gonna actually 2,100 is the max. I'm gonna force that, right? Is the maximum because of the consistency. It's not the maximum because I don't want to make more. I actually wish to make more, yet they are controlling us with the consistency necessity. We have to be consistent in terms of the numbers. Limit order, obviously we're going to cancel those limit orders. We don't need any more. And we're going to put a stop loss above the entry and sit in the trade nicely. 337 with the exit. This is going to be an amazing trade. Coming back to the previous structure top, retouching that, enjoying some of the liquidity. $20 points. 20 points down the road. Wouldn't be surprised at all to look at the 5-minute closing, guys. This is not bearish. This is not bearish. Everything's holding the line and crossing through the resistance. Let's go, guys. 15 points, and we touch our target of the day for the copy traded accounts. This is leader +1, right? Which means there is a follower account. You can see it right there. It actually has the same trades. This is the follower account, and this is the leader account. So you can do nice copy trading. Internally, it's all set up for Project X trading dashboard. No additional costs, no additional fees for any data provider for the trading platform itself. It all comes down with the price. I don't want to see any form of a deep rejection here. I don't want to see any ugliness right there. 745 for me, it's actually sufficient. Let's go. We are gonna set the fireworks once again for the day. Let's go, guys. 10 points needed. 10 points needed for our target. Might just happen in any second, guys. Any second. Not exiting, not trailing anything for the moment. Number 3 extension rejecting us once again around 30s. But we're pushing back with every single little 1-minute rejection, just like we did back in the day. We're pushing it higher and grinding it slowly. 10 points to go. Let's go, guys. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video. We're streaming from Monday to Friday, 30 minutes before the US opening for about 2 hours on average. Are we just right there for a double top? Are we just in for that? Like, I don't want to see a double top without taking some of the liquidity from the wick. You know, I'm just having an exit in the wick, guys. Let us see how this candle is getting bought up. Let us see how this candle behaves, and then the next ones as well. I'd like to see some pressure in this. Beautiful. Look at that, guys. This is why you don't want to panic sell unless it's justified. Look at the nice closing. You only sell when it's justified. You don't panic sell. This is the emotionless trading. Let's go, everyone. 330s breaking above. Slowly grinding to 337. And we are preparing for the fireworks. Three to 4 points needed. Obviously, if we get rejected here, I'm gonna be manually out, but I'm not exiting right now. Give me that 1 tick. Half a point. 2 ticks. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Press that green button, guys. Press that one. Look at that. What's happening? We're going to trail this one. Right there. We're going to trail.
Order filled.
And we sold it on the trailing 1,848, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful profits accumulated in this one. About $600 secured. With a great entry with limit orders all the way back to the top. I don't want to risk any form of a double top and then the market's retracing significantly, you know, with all that stuff. Obviously, more chances, much more chances here for the breakout and continuation, but 1,848 is a good number, chat. Welcome. Hello, Anton. Hello, Anton. We're having a great time. 2 accounts with 1,800. And this is printing with the markets almost ready for the breakout. Almost. The 1 hour is crazy. 15-minute as well is nuts right here, right now. BTC about to go into $89,000. And everything else is just going nuts, guys. Look at this. S&P holding the bar and slowly climbing. Tesla about 10% to the top side. The market is just as it says in the title. Bullish recovery continuing or continuous. It does continuous. 335 so far. We were taking my wick out, obviously. We were grabbing that slowly, but still. You don't want to risk when you're in situation, guys. Do you know why? Because it's not worth for 2 points or whatever points to risk $600, $700, $800. In other words, you had a setup that need maybe 2% or 3% till it hits the target, which means that 97% has been touched. Your target is impossible to be called out accurately, exactly, tick by tick. It's not possible. So simply just because of that risk that it could easily reverse like even 2 ticks earlier. Reverse aggressively, reverse all the way back to your entry. Just because of that extra 2 or 3%. Which could be 2 points. Only 2 ticks or whatever value. Is not worth to risk what you have been accumulating like 97% or 80 ticks. Or whatever points, right? So it's not worth to risk. And why do I say risk? Simply because you are at a place where the resistance could actually reverse that at any point. At any point. And that means a very emotional situation. If it reverses, you get triggered. You get tilted, guys. And the market goes against you. So you start wishing things that you would have wished to close. You would have wished doing that, doing the other side. And you start doing stupid things. You might DCA, you might simply sell much lower, which is why if the market is not pumping into your target quite quickly at the time it is near to it, I usually prefer securing in a spot that could be, we could have 5 to 10 points of rejection possibility. Which one is that point that finally rejects? Is my one or is a little bit, or actually 1 point lower? Because if it's 1 point lower, it's not going to hit my target. And I'm going to suffer from that. And it's definitely not worth it in that form, right? That's why I prefer, based on a market context, to slowly get myself out. $8.14. $8.14. Thank you, John. Thank you, guys. Great trading. Exactly. 8.14 is not an easy target. Significantly not an easy target out there. We're going to the 4 hours, and we'd like to work with extension, guys, over here. What do we have? Let me just reverse that. So 8.14. Might be speaking about 2.618 as well. We sit slightly below that. However, this is what the extension tells me. The extension also tells me that the 500s are difficult targets, right? 500, and then right above the 500s you get a 200 EMA for the 4 hour, 565. Exactly what I've asked you, chat, in the pool. 55% of you said no. That's the dominant today. 20 votes, 55%. We're not going to 567, 200 EMA today. We're not collecting 200 points on top of what we collected so far during the whole day, not just during the opening. But this is an internal structure, and if I like to go around more accuracy, I would have to play this one like that. Slightly above. There you go, guys. So now, kind of see the 636, the 979. So it's, you know, levels above 500 up to the 600s. Big danger right there. But to those levels from here, shouldn't be a problem for the upcoming hours. Should not be a terrible situation. Nvidia should break above. Nvidia should get above this. This is exactly what kept us fighting in the past couple of days. The 200 EMA for the hourly Nvidia had. We gotta clear that one. We gotta clear that one pretty quickly, guys. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you're having a great time. Make sure to like the video, subscribe as well if you enjoy. We've got $1,848 made. This is the account performance. Let's have a look into that. Look at this, guys. This is what we have generated so far since the account has been bought. So there is a single loss out there. The second loss that we have of $42 has been a day that we actually scalped. We have been micro-scalping at the opening, which was not allowed at that time, so we've got stopped out automatically by the system, and it happened to be at $42, right? But that's really something like I consider break-even. The other day, the first day that we've started this account, and that's an important lesson. It's clear that it doesn't mean how you get started. You can basically start with a left foot. Look at that. You can nicely grind yourself out of that situation. $6,600 previous week, $1,848 this week. Not much to do here till the payout, but still just a couple of days needed. If we would have been on the old rules, I would have needed an extra $1,500. So another day like today, and I would have requested a $3,000 payout on this one. And I now have to produce a little more. Right, the link is in the description for those of you that would like to grab your account. This is copy traded. We got a follower account in a pretty much the same situation. It's just a few dollars changing around, but it's pretty much the same situation. The problem is with the third account, guys. Look at that. Third account has 3 big losses and 3 good winnings. The $86 is the same break-even micro-scalping situation on the 20th. So today I'm looking forward to producing something on this. We've actually started on the same day. The thing is that I've been always starting my day with the copy-traded accounts. Always starting my day with those. And then once I finish with the copy-traded accounts, I move to trade the third account. And that comes in as a disadvantage, it seems like, for me. Simply because the more you have to trade, obviously the better trades you have to do in terms of quantity as well, not just quality. If you don't copy trade all of them. But at the same time, if you copy trade all of your accounts, then if you have a loss, it's going to cost you much more. So a lot of the people say, well, diversifying, putting your eggs in multiple baskets and stuff like that is actually increasing your chances. It does increases your chances for the payout, but at the same time, it also requires more from you to reach with all the accounts to the payout, because actually it requires not only extra work in terms of time investment, and so it actually requires extra good screening, extra good performance on the markets for a great move. for a great move, for a great trade, and for everything that a trading cycle means, starting from the emotional side into the rest of the things. They're all required to be great multiple times if you are asking yourselves to trade multiple times better. Which is why I had a great period of time when I preferred actually to do a lot of copy trading instead of just separating things too much and going back and forth with that. So we're going to trade our third account as well. But we have to find a situation where BTC retracing here about $900 quite quickly with this candle. Let's have a look into the S&P 500 isn't doing too much out here. It's no big volatility, no big discussion. This is an interesting spot here for me to get into.
Order filled. Order filled.
To get into a scalp here with a third account.
Order filled.
I've definitely discovered that, you know, the more I have to trade, the more positions I need to search. I'm at some point I'm losing my, you know, it's decreasing my level of patience, right? And if you make money with certain accounts, you have the tendency to underestimate the upcoming accounts you have to trade. I mean, obviously that's not professional, that's obviously quite bad at the end of the day, but still, fighting against that human nature is a hell of a deal, and that's exactly what the trader has to do. So let's have a look into this, guys. This is a quick trade here for the third account, looking to secure 380 bucks. I just want to take this step by step. You know, it's not an easy task, but 440. 347 actually, the previous top here,
Order
breaking
filled.
above that, and it has been grabbed, guys. We've been grabbing the target, 369, and the fireworks are going to be right there. That's good money. That's good money to start off with a third account. Good job. Good job so far, guys. Good job so far. On a roll today, non-stop, right? Non-stop producing and generating. So that's great. Hope you have a great time, guys. Hope you have a great time streaming from Monday to Friday, as I said, starting 30 minutes before the US opening. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, turn that notification bell. We're here every single day. Let me see what's happening on the gold. Let me see what's happening on the gold. Look at the BTC, $1,000. Gold has been dumping as well. Quite significant amount of points. Actually, percentages, 0.45%, guys. That's a lot. That's a lot. No surprise. Big volatility on DXY. What's happening with the US economy? We are on a roll right now. This is a convergence here at the top. It is a convergence. Might work to... Oops. Market order. There is a convergence here at the top, guys, for the CRSI. Look at that. Lower highs on the indicator measuring the strength. Meanwhile, we have a higher high on the price section. It's dangerous.
Order filled.
Jumping on a quick trade here, a
Order
quick short.
filled.
15 contracts. If it holds, we're fine. If it's pumping, we're out. 352. I'm willing to risk that. Not looking good for a short here unless it's rejecting in the current situation.
Order filled.
Nope, didn't work out. Not gonna be an easy time looking for shorting the markets of today, and I don't think I'm gonna force myself into discovering all sorts of wild shorts. We're gonna play the 1 minute structure here. Perfectly came into the reversed golden pocket. And now I'd love to see the markets coming back into the golden pocket here around 300s, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get that, right? So building the structure like this would be lovely, and then you continue, or you just want to continue from here. This is the question. With the early short that I did, I was looking for levels around 300s. But this is not looking too favorable for a short here, guys. For the 1 minute. Nvidia is about to break out very soon. S&P 500 is doing a great job. Gold is reacting as well. There's some big volatility going around gold. Bitcoin is right there, not doing too much about it. That's a big dump, guys.
Order filled.
I'm gonna
Order
try to
filled.
save this short hold here for a decent target. 10-15 points. $306. DSK, send me on Discord your ticket ID. Drop me a private message, a direct message, a DM on Discord with your ticket ID. If you submit a ticket with the ID of the ticket, send me a private message, and I'll try to reach out and see what's happening for you. Once the live stream ends and I have a minute of time, I'm gonna reach out for you. Let's go, guys, for the nice target. Let's just flush this thing below. Let's go. Nosedive. Come on. Nosedive. 306. Nosedive into the golden pocket. 306. If you buy all this thing up, I'll have to be out, right? Simply not possible to sit in a short this way. Let's go for a continuation here. 15 micros. Come on. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like the video. Monday to Friday, that's when we're streaming. Before the US opens with 30 minutes. None of the shorts are holding that easily as expecting it. None of the shorts. Nvidia looks great. I'm out here, guys.
Order filled.
I don't like that short. I have to consider the opposite direction. Look at the Nvidia. I mean, about to break out here and run. S&P 500 is just pretty much going around like a snake here. Some of you could say it is distributing, but then look at the Tesla since its opening has been in a massive move, 6.71%. We've talked about they've dumped Tesla, getting cheaper, and now they're up by 25% in 14 days. That's what they're up to, 25% in 14 days. It just came down from $490 to $217. Sounds like a joke, right? 55% in 82 days. We got a double bottom. And now it moves. We had a sales campaign in front of the White House. You saw what happened, guys. A salesman campaign in front of the house, and now you got some percentages. Let's go to the 1 minute. We didn't retrace into the golden pocket. No.
Order filled.
This could be an interesting timing here. On a speculation, we've got a good invalidation point. And a nice chance here to break above. Look at that, guys. We got a decent entry and a decent candle holding the bar. Something we could be proud of. We are going to have our website reviewing, and I'm going to start very soon reviewing more and more companies. So we are going to be having a lot of the videos about other companies as well and discussing about it, guys. Slowly and slowly diversifying, but surely. That's an ugly rejection. I don't like that. Meanwhile, Nvidia is pushing for the high. Nasdaq is rejecting here in an ugly way.
Order
I'm
filled.
out of this. I don't like that. I don't see.
Order filled. Order filled.
We're going to set the rejection above, right? If it chops us out, We'll take it. But we could nicely get back into the golden pocket here, 306. You want to reject here or simply out?
Order
No.
filled.
I don't like that. We don't have any continuation yet. The 1 minute could continue to the top side, of course. Indeed, agree with you. You can have a nice trending line here and, you know, break above and then just, you know,
Order filled.
send it, right? Which is why in this situation I prefer to jump back into a long. Let's go, guys. Let's go, everyone. 354. Yes, Tony, I'm still trading cryptos on swing trading. Thank you for your great words. Civil engineer, I'm going to have videos about, and I'm going to share with you. There's going to be tons of video about what is happening in the props, and you guys will have the ability to work from there with the best deals, guys. So, Hawk, I'm not trading Apex at all. Out of our community members, there has been too many people getting payout denials from Apex in an unjustified way, so we are not dealing with Apex at all. I still trade cryptos in a swing trading way, not in a day trading way. So I buy cryptos, I hold them for quite a few weeks or months, and then I'm basically selling. But this is a type of trading that do not require an active monitoring like the day trading on Nasdaq, for example. That's an ugly rejection we got there in the top. I don't like that. What's happening in the S&P as well? I mean, not a big deal amongst the patterns here for the S&P. Yeah, I don't want to see ugly rejections appearing at risky places for Nasdaq. I definitely don't want to see that. And then me participating, sitting in an overexposed 15 micros, a little bit too much for such levels. But as soon as there is a slow grinding here, I'm gonna, you know, nicely take it all day. 359, 665 profit. $373, the first extension of the Fibonacci comes. Let's go for a little higher target, 368. 20 points from here. You know, the market is kind of clear that it wants to run. Look at the S&P is breaking above, guys. S&P is about to break above. Let's go for it. This is a Let's go. Let's go, guys. Time to push the price. Just as the S&P is doing it. Time to take this higher and higher. $355, $500 here. Pretty anxious about the fact that we're down 374 and I am sitting on a slow grinding here. Yeah, well, Apex, they were talking about instant funding for a long period of time, but they did not deliver that particular side. I mean, yep, we can obviously trail, of course. We can obviously trade. Right now, we're working around a stop loss break-even position and slowly trail as soon as we climb a little higher. I don't want to mess here with the liquidity, with the playground of the liquidity. So I still have to risk a little more. Now Apex right now is totally excluded for me. Totally excluded. They've been in a total different game. Looks good so far. I mean, there's not much resistance appearing. It's just a temporary rejection, but still, we are on a good way. Hey Twister, hey guys, welcome everyone. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and enjoy, of course. This is a situation where we are aiming to collecting that 927. Let's have a look into the Nvidia. Nvidia is breaking above, moving nicely. S&P as well, holding at the top here. Look at this, guys, holding at the top here, not bothering too much about. Nvidia is pushing. Gold is trying to recover, did a nice double bottom. So, what you doing, Nasdaq? You have a nice structure here of a market continuation. 373. There's a nice Fibonacci there. If you get rejected, I have to be out here, right? I didn't want it to trail because I'm, you know, just less than 20 points from my entry, and a quick liquidity move. Exactly. Well, we're very near to that. It would be just 10 points for me to work around that candle, and 10 points in a such market context is not giving me sufficient credibility and predictability on the trailing, especially in the way the tops of these candles reacted that are not looking strongly bearish at the moment, unless the upcoming minutes behave differently. For example, now I've increased my trailing into that level below that wick, guys. So if it's crossing below that wick, I'm out on 327. Otherwise, we're gonna go to the top side. Let's go, guys. We have not been wiped out. We have not been wiped out. We have a good one. If you look at the volatility and you see the ranges we're establishing, we've been doing 15 to 20 points movements as noises. So if you trail within that sector, you miss the upcoming movements that you have strong probability. Correct. This is a good place. In this situation, this is a good place to trail. Collecting 327. If the market comes a little bit lower and there is signs of bullishness, you can basically relong it. Very close to be very close to be stopped out. Look at this, guys. Let me zoom in even more. Like one tick away.
Order filled.
Yep. We've recovered, guys. We've recovered almost everything. We've recovered more than $300 with this one. And now we can basically wait a little bit. Wait a little bit. The thing is, the previous high here can be the upcoming support. Have a look at that. Previous high becoming the next support. That's exactly what it could happen here. But still, we've got two accounts, 1,848 profit. 4 minutes to go till the candle closes. It's going to be an interesting start off. We've got the hourly closing. Continuous movement to the top side, non-stop. Look at the BTC wick. Massive pressure, guys. Above 88 grand. Massive pressure out there. Nvidia is near to the 200 EMA. And it's still capable. It's still capable. It didn't got any significant rejection that should scare you away. Just like we've got last time, we've touched the line, and then suddenly 3 to 4 points. Now today is a bullish day across the market, so no surprise. Gold is the one that is kind of getting rejected by a downtrending resistance line here. Another breakout in this case scenario is going to send us to another all-time high session. Last week we exactly did that. We had a trending line. We nicely broke out. We went to the all-time high. So what's happening here, guys? In the last 2 minutes to go. There is strength, right? There is strength here. And this is not difficult to be monetized to the top side if you buy in nicely represented demand zones of retracements. For example, golden pockets of 1 minute. Golden pockets of 1 minute. Right, so establishing the line above the golden pocket on the 1 minute, adjusting it in the way it should be. It's going to be situated around 320s. Which means if the market comes into 320s, 315, it's an opportunity. We're just going to wait here. This could be a nice invalidation point, guys.
Order filled.
15 contracts short with a stop loss above the structure, just like that. You know, not much requesting from this. Just a little 20 points nosedive. There you go, guys. Let's go. Obviously, we're going to partially exit out of 15 contracts. Not needed that much, but still. I'm happy to see an opening of an hourly towards the downside. Wick into that and push this thing higher. I don't want to see an opening of the hourly flat to the top side. Obviously, I don't have to trade what I want to see. I have to trade what I see, basically, which is a big difference. There's not much to the downside when it comes down to the pressure. You get some bearish engulfings, retest, double, triple tops, convergences, but the outcome of these situations are not heavy, right? So the market is, you know, slowly dumping 2 or 3 candles, but we don't get to see 20-30 points candles at all to the downside. Now, is it a time here for me using the new candle established as a stop loss? Because simply if we break above that, it's going to be an invalidation point for me, guys. Let me show you this way a little bit better. Thank you guys for watching, lovely community out here. Once again, this is basically the link for our Discord. Make sure to join. The market is finding the lows here. Make sure to join our Discord trading community and hang out here. We're always going to share all the posts. I'm watching for the rejection. I don't want to decreasing my stop loss above the previous wick. We're gonna play wick to wick. No.
Order filled.
We've been stepped out. Not much of a loss into that one, about 80 bucks, but still. It's not dumping that easily, and we've again established here a resistance trending line that we might want to cross. Look at the Nvidia is looking great. Obviously Nvidia here is losing pressure, but the price action is surviving. If we want to see a convergence, we gotta break above. Wow, look at a dump. That's exactly what I'm talking about, guys. $20 points dump. That's exactly. We got a huge gap in Nvidia. Huge gap. And in a bullish context, you're not going to fill that up quickly. You got a lot of the time in the future to fill that up. So you have a nice moment right now for those expecting to fill up the gap quickly right away after it has been established, right very next day. For all those that are opening shorts because of that, to be wiped out. Interesting spot here, guys. Oops, sorry. Interesting spot here. My phone fell off.
Order filled.
Interesting spot here for a nice ride to the top side with a bit of momentum that I can see. 67. We got a good invalidation level here. We've been also taking a lot of the liquidity and fair value gaps that we had, and then it's just ready to go. So we could also nicely break out of the structure. Nvidia holding the bar at the same level with the S&P about to break out, guys. S&P had a very strong 1 minute candle. Very strong. Exactly in the way we've been doing it in the past too, when we build a new high here. But trading in such context, you know, is always risky because, you know, this pullbacks can eat you out. That's what you got to protect yourself. That's why to be overexposed and to expect basically greedy levels is something that is not feasible during such context. Because we're not having basically 80 points green candles. No. It's not such market context. By the way, thank you guys for coming in. Let's go S&P. That's the one you want to break out. Going side by side. 360s, that's the one we need, and then just 7 points. Might just wick into my target. Let's go. Obviously, we're also having the ability to trail this, right? So play higher targets and trail. Which is exactly what I like to do. I'm gonna trail this thing, guys. I'm gonna apply a different strategy. We do have great profits made on the other accounts, so we're gonna let this one for a nice runner. Let's just go for it. Let's just see another 3 to 4 candles on the 1 minute to the top side. We're just gonna nicely trail that one. There you go. The only thing is that we've got a previous top sitting at the level I'm trailing right now. So for a revisit, I'm selling 5
Order
here.
filled.
In case of a revisit, not a good idea, of course. Selling
Order
another
filled.
portion of 5, so leaving with 5 micros long. Trailing our position all the way to the top side. 234 secured, $102 still on the trailing side would bring us about $330 here. We have not been stopped out yet. We have not been touched yet. Let me zoom in a little. That's 60.25 and we got our... That's exactly a single tick. One single tick. Thank you, Tony. Waiting you on board, Tony, in the next sessions. Waiting you on board. Enjoy your day. Have a good time. We're gonna zoom in and sit like this, guys. We might just go for a new high. And then it would be nice not to be stopped out on a trailing. Not to be stopped out on a trailing. Another one tick position, guys, and one tick away. Imagine if I would have the take profit there and I wouldn't sell manually. Which is something that happened with me already, so probably we're gonna get stopped out right now on a trailing.
Order filled.
There you go. Good morning, Kevin. Good afternoon. We have been putting some great numbers today. 333 right here for the third account. But the first one, the leader account, is actually on a 1,848. Guys, let's just wrap up the things for the time. Good money has been made on the first and second because they're copy traded, right? So about 1,800s. They're already having a great performance stats. Some more is needed for the payout indeed, but the numbers are nicely adding up. This is how we were running around. It's just a single day that was terrible with a couple of bad trades and a deep size, right? So then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days that have been good. And a break-even one on minus 40 bucks. Right, so this is where we are for today, guys. The copy traded accounts are 1,800 and the non-copy traded, the third one, is 333. That's where I'm going to call it a day. Looking forward, jumping on a new stream tomorrow on a new session. 30 minutes before the US opening, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate your coming in. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, join my Discord as well for those of you looking forward to grabbing your accounts of instant funded. I do have my links in the description area. Thank you once again, guys, for everything. Thank you for supporting me and being here. And I appreciate you guys. Let me know if there is any help needed on Discord. Looking forward to it. Have a great time the rest of your day. See you guys tomorrow. Enjoy, everyone. Thank you once again.